welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Bendito Resources is a private mineral resource company headquartered in Reno, Nevada. The company fully owns a portfolio of diversified mineral projects in Mexico, which includes the zinc, lead, silver Opusura project and Palo Seco's silver zinc deposits. Welcome, gentlemen. Look forward to connecting with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you have acquired a portfolio of exploration projects in Mexico. Are they all wholly owned, and are there any royalties?
Yes, Tim. Thanks for having us. We really appreciate this and the great opportunity to share these important projects with you. So yes, all these projects are 100% owned by Bendito Resources, and they're for the two flagship projects, that is Alacran and Opusura. There are royalties on them.
Great. What is your most advanced project, and what would be next in the list of priority targets?
Anthony?
Yeah, I'd say we have two well-advanced projects. We have the Alacran epithermal lithocap project, and then at Opusura we have the zinc, lead, silver skarn deposits. So they're both well-advanced projects. The next priority targets coming after those are at Alacran, we actually have porphyry copper targets, which cover a lot of the rest of the project. And then at both of those, Alacran and Opusura, we have lead, zinc, silver veining targets as well to follow up on.
Great. And following up on that, could you provide a further breakdown of the 1.2 million in exploration spending planned? How will that be allocated among the projects?
Yeah, Tim, so what we intend to do in the short term, there's some work we intend to do at Alacran. So with that, it will be like 70% for Alacran and 30% for Opusura.
Okay, great. And when might we look forward to assay results from the current drill programs?
Yeah, so we're drilling this quarter. We start drilling this quarter, and so with the typical sort of assay turnarounds, we're expecting late in Q1 to be releasing results on those assays.
Okay, great. And then looking forward, obviously, depending on receipt of assay results, but when would you expect a resource estimate for Alacran?
Yeah, so for Alacran, there's a few things going on. One, we're actually working on internal resource updates currently on the historical work that had been done. So in line with that drilling, we expect that in Q2 we'd be able to report new resources for those. Probably the other thing that's going on with that is we're currently updating or creating maiden 43101 technical reports for those projects as well. That we'll be looking to release very soon.
Okay, great. And then looking at regional exploration, you've highlighted some regional targets at Alacran. When would you plan to start focusing on some of those as well?
Yeah, we're doing a lot of work in the background on those projects. We were very fortunate with Azure and also Tech. We got a wealth of information in terms of geophysics and mineralogy and geochemistry and so forth. And so we're actually, in conjunction with our main projects, we're actually advancing those in the background. And as part of that, we're also looking at potential strategic alignments and so forth to be able to advance them.
Great. Yeah, and I guess following up on that, given your fairly large portfolio, would you potentially look at M&A opportunities or joint venture opportunities on some of the projects to help fund the development of Alacran and Opusura?
Tim, you see me smiling. You can bet on that. Well, definitely, it's a portfolio of 8 projects, and we want to be very strategic as to what we do here. So there's opportunities for partnerships. In fact, we are currently actively working on a number of them. And so we will be definitely coming out and explaining to the market why we are doing what with each of these projects. But you will definitely hear what we do with respect to each of these ones, in partnerships, if I should say.
Great. Mm-hmm. And obviously you had acquired this portfolio of assets in Mexico from Azure Minerals. The assets look quite prospective. Some of them are fairly advanced. How much did you pay for them, and why did Azure choose to get rid of them?
All right. So it was a 20 million price tag for the 20 million Australian price tag for these assets. And it was a great deal for us, honestly. And Azure was happy to do this because they saw in our team the ability to take those assets and take them to a higher level in terms of advancing them and then also building a different investor base. And so that was their real objective. They were going to be focused in Australia and wanted to partner with a group like ours. And so they have equity and will continue to retain equity in Bendito Resources. But that is the strategy for them to move on and get us to do the work and provide the support. So we're very happy to do this. Yeah.
Great. And now with this acquisition behind you, what are your plans for going public?
So you may have noticed that we put out a press release, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, on the letter of intent with a shell to take the company public in the short term. Now, our estimation is that we'll do that in Q1 of 2023. So we are sort of putting all the information together. Anthony mentioned the 43101 report that is intended for this month. And then we're putting all the other documents together for the filing. So very excited to let the market know that we're coming live very soon, and it's most likely in the first part of 2023.
Great. And what can you tell us about the team behind Bendito? Where did you work prior to this?
So my background, I started as a geologist at AngloGold Ashanti. 13 years, joined Newmont for 11 years, and Klondex. And so for most of the people in the team, actually we met at Klondex. There are certain people that I knew prior to that, but Anthony and I met at Klondex. There are others that I knew from Newmont. But essentially, we are a core of geos and engineers that believe strategically that there is an opportunity between when something is identified as a resource and when it's available for production. So we share that vision, and so that's what we essentially look out for and transition quite a number of projects, adding a lot of value until they are battle ready or production ready. And then we are good to take it into production if we should, because we do have people that have done a lot of production work as well. But that's the core of the team.
Great, great. And obviously we had talked a bit about your flagship projects. What are your non-core assets? Is there any work planned there?
Yes, so one of the things, if you see on some of our presentations, we have highlights on certain things we want to do. And one of those is to do another review of those non-core assets. So there are 6 of them. Some of them we have already been approached for partnerships and we are considering at this stage. And then others, we would want to do a little work to better understand what the potential is for these projects. So it is part of our near-term assessment, and our geos have been tasked, besides all the work they're doing, to come back to management and recommend a few next steps for these projects. And so I should say you should stand by for that information.
Great. Great. Well, thank you very much, John and Anthony, for your insights and for joining us today.